Hi, Aquarius. Well, it's been interesting. I know I was planning on doing Aquarius earlier, actually, but the reason I waited is because I didn't feel the right energy yet, and I wanted to make sure this was a good reading and not just a reading because I wanted to get one out. That's typically how I like to do my readings because obviously as an Aquarius, I don't like to feel pressure just to get a, boring blank reading out. So this one I feel like we're going to have some good things. And it's like I was going to read for myself like I have a few times, of course, in the past, but I try not to do it that often. So this is my reading for, of course, all Aquarians, Sun, Moon, or Rising, and I'm including myself in here as well. So Aquas, we have Six of Pentacles as our first card out. So that's really interesting, and that's good when we're talking about finances. Some of us could be in a bit of a bind financially, and we don't really take money, too seriously, right? Like if we have money, great. If we don't, we'll figure it out and we'll get it. We tend not to internalize stress over finances. Like every time I've been stressed about finances, like I've kind of almost put it in the back of my mind as a worry instead of the forefront, because I know that, the jobs that I've had where, I'm sitting at a desk for 8 hours a day and things like that, I was never fully satisfied. Aquarians, it's hard for us to sit at a desk and just do mundane corporate work. So when I was in my corporate positions, I was miserable. And then once I made the decision to be happy and get out of that and change my major, Ace of Cups, I was starting to stress about, okay, so now I won't have the same money coming in, right? No. What we do is we figure it out. So I wasn't, instead of worrying about, the money, I worried about what can I do to make me happy, and then the money will come. So this is showing me that instead of being in the position of the beggars, I am now in the position of being more balanced. And you guys are too. You guys are more balanced when you have money for yourself, but also being able to give it. That's more fulfilling. When you enjoy making money and then you're also able to give it and help people, that's when we feel at our best. So Ace of Cups, obviously, what's been going on with us lately is a lot of thinking about what we're going to do next. Of course, we're always like that, but emotionally, there's a brand new beginning for us. And instead of worrying about what we're going to do next, we're kind of just letting it happen peacefully, which is nice for us. Aquarius, instead of overanalyzing everything, we're kind of just letting it happen and allowing these new emotions that might be uncomfortable to come in. Once the floodgate is open, then we can actually feel the feelings that we're supposed to feel. And by giving this money is also, if we're able to give money or time or whatever we're able to give, it is making us feel a burst of emotional energy, new emotional energy. And when it comes to love, there could be a new love situation, could be a water sign coming into our life. or is already in our life that could make us feel also very happy emotionally. Okay, so Strength card. Awesome. So this new emotional love could be a water sign or fire sign, Leo. I know Leos and Aquas were complete opposites. But the thing is it's looking like we're going to be introduced to somebody with either water in their chart or Leo in their chart or both. And it can bring us and lead us to be giving more of ourselves, which is interesting because, you know, we don't always give all of ourselves all at once. Aquarius, we like to reserve some emotions, hold some back. But it looks like the floodgates might open this month of November. And the Strength card, yes, it could represent a Leo in the obvious sense, but it could also mean that we're seeking our own inner strength because we think we're strong, which most of the time we are, but we think of ourselves as these very strong, stable, sturdy, independent individuals. But when the floodgates open, when the emotional floodgates open, we have to remain strong. This reminds us that, you know, we're almost afraid that it's going to go too far. We're almost afraid that we're going to feel too much. And to be strong and have courage is more powerful than anything when it comes to showing emotions. Because we don't always do that, right? Aquarians, you know. Six of Wands. Perfect. So we have Six of Pentacles, Six of Wands. Interesting. Victory of giving. We're always giving, but we're also, and we never expect anything in return. You know, a lot of Aquarians like to give before they receive in all aspects of life. Mostly, except for, you know what I'm talking about. So the giving is going to bring us victory and harmony. But we need to be careful. Oh, wow. And Six of Cups, Three of Pentacles, and the Lover's card and the Page of Wands. Okay, so let's organize these. Look at all our sixes. Interesting. Okay, so Aquarius. There is going to be someone coming into our life, if they're not in our life already, that does represent this Two of Cups energy, this soulmate, intertwined, bonded energy. And it could be someone from our past coming in, and it could be a water sign like I talked about. It could be a Leo. If it is a Leo fire sign, though, it's going to be a lot of work, of course, right? So, just forewarning, if it is a Leo in our lives or coming into our lives, it will be some extra work. And it can take some negotiating. Oops, my phone is providing some light. And also I have this new, I guess I don't need it because I have this new light fixture up here. yeah, might be some work with this fire sign. Might take a team in order for this Leo Aquarius bond to work. But it could be the real deal. And especially if this is a water sign from our past, or if this is a Leo from our past, it will open up the emotional floodgate. But it could be victorious. Looks like it would be victorious. Just a lot of work. And it looks like we will have a fire energy with somebody and be working on different forms of communication with our new partner or partner from the past. We might be reminiscing about somebody that was in our past, or it's going to be a brand new individual. That's kind of interesting, right? Because I'm just like, reading as much for myself here as, any other Aquarius is listening right now. So that's interesting to hear, because I did not expect that outcome, and I just wanted to have a crisp, genuine reading without any preconceived ideas. But as for work is looking, it's looking good. Just keep doing what you're doing. Don't try to make any sudden changes in the month of November when it comes to work. Just try to keep building what you're building, or stay stable when it comes to work, and that will bring you the most amount of pleasure and financial stability. So just keep doing what you're doing. Don't try to break away from anything that you've been working on the month of November. And look out for this soulmate energy. Look out for this love bond. It can be very powerful. And if it is someone from the past, make sure that you are completely open and honest with them as to why or why not they can be allowed back in your life, because they may be thinking they can come back in whenever they please, and you might be like, no, I have to take it really slow. You know how we are. We might have to take it really slow. So let them know, have clear, crisp communication, and especially something to do with their families as well. Make sure that there is a clear idea of your guys' relationship, because their family could be looking for you. They could be wondering why you're not, why you're not over as much, or why they don't see you as much. You guys are going to be working some stuff out, but you need to be honest and clear with this person. And if it is a fire sign, or it is a water sign, we can be uncomfortable with the conversation. And I get that. But after you have that uncomfortable conversation and you work together to try to work through your issues, because you guys are, going to be important together, and there is going to be someone that is, in love with you, and you're in love with them. But you have to communicate to them as to why you're hesitant, why you have issues with them, if you do, or why it's been so long since you guys have talked. Could have something to do with families on both sides, but a new emotional beginning is coming after you have this communication. And the hard work that you put into that talk, which might be uncomfortable, will be rewarding in the end. So keep a lookout for either a new person or someone from your past. Okay, now I'm going in with the Goddess deck. I want to see what we got here. You know, why are we always so afraid of... Why are we so afraid of people coming back from our past? Well, we are. We are very afraid of that, because once we cut someone off, we cut someone off. And I'm not talking about someone that was horrible to you or abusive to you or anything like that. I'm not saying those people are coming back into our lives. Absolutely not. Let me get that clear before the comments start to say that. I am talking about someone that you had a soul connection bond with that did not harm you in any sort of narcissistic, sociopathic way. Okay, so we can cut that at the knees. I'm talking about someone that you might have known from childhood, or you might know from high school, you might know them from college, things like that. So oops. Oh, jeez. My alarm went off. I know, that's interesting. I have that as my alarm because I don't like the regular music that iPhone has for alarms. So I have my own music. Okay, here we go. You guys are like, DNA. Crone Transmutation, Leo card. Interesting. There can be a brand new Leo coming in. Interesting, you guys. I'm just as shocked as you are, because I honestly... the Leo I'm thinking of, I wouldn't want back in my life, but there could be a brand new one surfacing. Maiden Revolution, another fire card. This is also an Aries card, so it could be a Aries as well when we're talking about the fire sign aspect. Ace, Ecstasy, Ace of Cups, Ace of Cups. We have two Ace of Cups here from two different decks. Yes, see, this is why I love using two decks, because we get to see if there are any matching cards. I always like to do that because, you know, it's just more clarification. Interesting, you guys. I don't know how I can get all this in the frame. I'm trying. Sorry. And then we have Crow Woman, Sacred Law. Wait, why is this light coming out? Going out. That's weird. Sorry if you can't see this, guys. So Sacred Law, the Libra card, balance and transforming. So this conversation that we have with this new person or this person from our past will make us transform, will cause us to transform, which is very, 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 very good. Sometimes we have a hard time letting people in at all. Of course, letting people back in from the past, but letting someone new in, come on. We're just, you know, sometimes we get uncomfortable and sometimes we are just kind of like, what's the point? You know, I'd rather be single than try to have awkward, uncomfortable conversations. But if they're going to be somebody like this, if they're going to be this Two of Cups energy, which if it is a brand new person coming into our life, Aries, Leo, or any water sign, it's going to be very gratifying in the end. So let's focus on that. Let's focus on after everything's uncomfortable. Then the gratification will come. Okay. Oracle deck. What do we got? What do we got? The Raven. Magic, coincidence, synchronistic events. Interesting. So we need to look out for those coincidences and those synchronistic events. Number 10, the Raven. Very interesting, right, guys? So if we're looking and we're seeing someone that's trying to let's talk about the new person. If it is a new person trying to get back with us, trying to get with us, excuse me. If there is a new person trying to get with us, there will be a series of synchronistic events and coincidences, right? That we need to pay attention to. Because if we don't, we might miss out on this beautiful, beautiful love. This emotional beginning. This soul bond. Awesome. Okay, let's do the angel card. Truth. Look at that, guys. Truth. I love that. Pay attention. That's our thing this month, Aquarius. We gotta pay attention to who's trying to come into our lives, and who's gonna stick around. You know, we don't have a problem cutting people out. So if someone new wants to come in, they might have to go through the ringer. But once they're in, it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be really good. It'll certainly help us with our communication and our way of life. We deserve happiness, right? Okay, Aquas, if you would like a private reading, my link is down below. And also follow me on Instagram at Palladian Star Goddess Tarot with underscores under each word. That's linked down below as well. And also my friend Haley has this t-shirt line of zodiacs, and that's also linked down below. I think the Aquarius one is super cute. It's, if I'm an Aquarius, I'd face the facts. If you're an Aquarius, I face the facts. It's actually right over here, but I didn't put it on for this video, but it's super cute. And there's one for every sign, and she did all the drawings herself, and all the signs say different things. So go ahead and check that out if you want to. And I'll see you guys in December.